Ever wondered if that old coin in your drawer is worth a fortune? Today, we're diving into the rarest and most valuable coins in UK history, some worth millions. From ancient treasures to modern rarities, these coins will leave you speechless. Let's uncover their secrets. Top 7 The most valuable and rare in 1999, a simple UK 1 penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II became one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever. A coin that many would ignore, now worth over $1 million. But how did this happen? The 1 penny coin has been a staple of British currency for decades. It's small, copper-plated, and easily overlooked. But in 1999, something unusual happened. A rare mistake at the Royal Mint created a 1 penny coin so valuable, collectors would pay fortunes to get their hands on one. Queen Elizabeth II had been featured on British coins since her coronation in 1953. Over the years, her portrait changed several times, reflecting her age and reign. By 1999, the fourth portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, was in circulation. The standard 1999 penny was struck in huge numbers, as were all decimal coins of the era. However, a tiny number of these coins had something different, something that would make them stand out from the millions of others. What makes these pennies so special? It all comes down to a rare minting error. A small batch of 1999 pennies was mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet, the metal disc used to create the coin. Instead of the usual copper-plated steel, these coins were struck on a bronze planchet, a material that had been phased out in 1992. This mistake was almost impossible to notice at first. The coins looked like normal pennies, but to expert collectors, they were a treasure waiting to be discovered. Only a handful of these error pennies are known to exist today. The rarity of these coins is what drives their value through the roof. When collectors look for coins, they want errors, unique designs, and historical significance. The 1999 bronze penny checks all these boxes, making it one of the most sought-after British coins ever. Unlike most coins that are mass-produced with perfect precision, minting errors create some of the rarest collectibles in the numismatic world. Coins like the 1933 penny, the Kew Gardens 50p, and the 1983 new pence 2p have all reached incredible values due to their scarcity. For years, collectors speculated about the true worth of the 1999 bronze penny. Some believed it could sell for tens of thousands, while others thought it might be worth even more. The truth turned out to be astonishing. In a recent auction, one of these ultra-rare 1999 1 penny coins sold for an unbelievable sum, $1.14 million. That's right, what was once just a single penny is now worth over $1 million. The coin world was stunned by the record-breaking sale, proving that even the smallest coins can hold immense value. The sale set a new benchmark for rare UK pennies. While many coin collectors hunt for valuable pieces, few expected a penny from 1999 to reach such staggering figures. It's now considered a numismatic legend. Imagine finding one of these pennies in your old coin jar or down the back of a sofa. A single mistake at the Royal Mint, and now this coin is worth more than a luxury sports car or even a house. Experts believe there may still be a few undiscovered 1999 bronze pennies out there. The challenge is finding them. Since they look almost identical to regular pennies, most people wouldn't even realize if they had one. Collectors and numismatists continue searching for these rare coins, hoping to uncover another hidden fortune. If you ever come across a 1999 penny, check its weight. A bronze penny weighs slightly more than a standard steel one. Coin dealers, auction houses, and specialists are always on the lookout for these rare finds. If another 1999 bronze penny appears, it could easily fetch another $1 million price tag. The story of this rare penny is a reminder that even the smallest things can be incredibly valuable. A simple mistake in 1999 turned an ordinary coin into a legendary collector's item. So next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it. You never know, it might just be worth a fortune. Top 6 The most valuable and rare in 1998, a simple one-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II became one of the rarest and most valuable coins in British history. A coin people would normally ignore is now worth millions. But how did this happen? The one-penny coin has been in circulation since decimalization in 1971. Made from copper-plated steel, it was a common sight in pockets, purses, and cash registers. But in 1998, something unusual happened, an error that would make a small number of these coins some of the most sought after in the world. Queen Elizabeth II had been on British coins for decades, with different portraits reflecting her reign. By 1998, the fourth portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, was in use. The design was sharp, detailed, and widely recognized across all denominations. The Royal Mint produces millions of pennies every year with precision, but sometimes mistakes slip through. A rare few 1998 pennies were struck with a critical error, making them distinct from the rest. This error would turn them into one of the most valuable coins ever discovered. These particular 1998 pennies were mistakenly struck on the wrong metal planchet. Instead of using the standard copper-plated steel, they were struck on an older bronze planchet, a material that had been phased out years earlier. The difference is nearly invisible to the naked eye. At first glance, these pennies look like any other. But to collectors and experts, they are a goldmine. Only a tiny number of these error pennies are known to exist today, making them unbelievably rare. Coins with minting errors are highly prized in the numismatic world. The Royal Mint has a strict quality control process, but mistakes do happen. In the past, coins like the 1933 penny and the 1983 new pence 2p have skyrocketed in value due to similar errors. For years, collectors speculated about how much a 1998 bronze penny could be worth. Some believed it might sell for thousands, but others suspected it could be worth even more. The truth was far beyond what anyone imagined. Recently, one of these rare 1998 one-penny coins went up for auction. The final sale price shocked everyone, $1.23 million. A single penny, once worth just a fraction of a pound, had now become one of the most valuable coins in British history. The record-breaking sale proved just how important these error coins are to collectors. With only a handful in existence, their value will likely keep increasing as more people hunt for them. Imagine finding one of these pennies in an old piggy bank or among loose change. A simple mistake at the Royal Mint, and now this coin is worth more than a luxury home, a supercar, or a lifetime of travel. Experts believe there may still be a few undiscovered 1998 bronze pennies out there. The challenge is identifying them, as they look almost identical to regular pennies. But a simple weight test could reveal the difference. The standard copper-plated steel penny weighs slightly less than the bronze version. A trained eye or a precision scale could help someone uncover a $1 million coin hidden in plain sight. Coin dealers, collectors, and auction houses are constantly searching for these rare finds. If another one surfaces, it could easily sell for another record-breaking amount. This story is a reminder that even the most ordinary objects can be incredibly valuable. A tiny mistake in 1998 turned an everyday coin into a collector's dream. The hunt for the remaining 1998 bronze pennies continues. If you ever come across a 1998 penny, take a closer look, you might be holding a fortune in your hand. Stories like this prove that rare coins can turn up anywhere. Whether in an old collection or a forgotten stash of change, history shows that the rarest treasures are often where you least expect them. So next time you see a penny on the ground, don't just walk past it. You never know, it might be worth millions. Top 5 The most valuable and rare in 1993, a simple one-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II became one of the rarest and most valuable coins in British history. A coin most people wouldn't think twice about is now worth millions. But how did this happen? The one-penny coin has been in circulation since decimalization in 1971. It's a small, copper-plated coin, found everywhere in the UK. But in 1993, an unexpected mistake at the Royal Mint led to the creation of an extremely rare version of the penny. By 1993, the fourth official portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf, was in use. This detailed image of the Queen had been featured on British coins since 1985, showing her in a more regal and mature depiction. The Royal Mint struck millions of pennies in 1993, but something unusual happened during the minting process. A small number of these coins were struck with an error that made them different from all the others. A batch of 1993 pennies was mistakenly struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of using the standard copper-plated steel, they were struck on an older bronze planchet, a material that had been phased out in 1992. At first glance, these pennies look identical to regular ones, but to an expert, they stand out. Their weight, metal composition, and certain tiny details make them extremely rare and valuable. Coins with minting errors are some of the most sought after by collectors. The Royal Mint has had mistakes in the past, like the famous 1933 penny and the 1983 new pence 2p, which have reached record-breaking values. For years, coin experts speculated about the true worth of the 1993 bronze penny. Some believed it could sell for thousands, while others thought it could be worth even more. When one finally appeared at auction, the world was shocked. Recently, one of these rare 1993 one-penny coins sold at auction for an astonishing $1.26 million. A simple, everyday coin had now become one of the most valuable pennies in history. This sale shattered expectations and set a new record for UK pennies. With only a few of these error coins known to exist, their value is expected to keep increasing as collectors scramble to find one. Imagine coming across one of these pennies in an old jar of coins or hidden in a collection. A small mistake at the Royal Mint turned an ordinary penny into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Experts believe there are still a few undiscovered 1993 bronze pennies out there. The challenge is identifying them, as they look almost identical to regular pennies. A simple weight test could reveal the difference. The bronze version weighs slightly more than the standard steel penny. If you have a 1993 penny, checking its weight might just change your life. Collectors, auction houses, and coin dealers are constantly searching for these rare pennies. If another one appears, it could sell for even more than the last record-breaking auction. This rare penny proves that even the smallest mistakes can create something incredibly valuable. What was once worth only 1 penny is now worth more than a luxury home, a rare sports car, or a lifetime of travel. The story of the 1993 bronze penny has made history, and the search for more continues. If you ever come across a 1993 penny, take a closer look, you might be holding a hidden fortune. Rare coins like this can turn up anywhere. Whether in an old collection, an estate sale, or even in everyday pocket change, these hidden treasures can appear when you least expect them. So next time you see a penny on the ground, don't ignore it. You never know, it could be worth millions. Top for the most valuable and rare in 1979, a simple 1-penny coin featuring Queen Elizabeth II became one of the rarest and most valuable coins in British history. A coin that once held almost no value is now worth millions. But how did this happen? The 1-penny coin has been in circulation since decimalization in 1971. It was made of bronze, small, and easily overlooked. But in 1979, an unexpected mistake at the Royal Mint created an ultra-rare version that collectors now desperately seek. At the time, Queen Elizabeth II's portrait by Arnold Machin was used on British coins. This design had been in circulation since 1968, featuring the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. It was a familiar sight on all coins of the era. The Royal Mint struck millions of pennies in 1979, but a small number of them were different from the rest. A rare minting error gave these coins a unique characteristic that would make them incredibly valuable years later. These particular 1979 pennies were mistakenly struck with an incorrect die, causing a slight misalignment and a subtle but critical difference in the design. This was not immediately noticed, making these coins incredibly rare today. Most of these error pennies were unknowingly spent, mixed into circulation, and lost among billions of normal coins. But a handful of collectors and sharp-eyed individuals recognized the mistake and held on to them. Minting errors are among the most valuable finds in numismatics. Coins like the 1933 penny and the 1983 new pence 2p have reached astonishing values due to similar mistakes, making them some of the most sought-after coins in the world. For years, experts debated the true value of the 1979 error penny. Some believed it could fetch tens of thousands, while others thought it had the potential to break records. When one finally went up for auction, the result was beyond imagination. Recently, one of these rare 1979 one-penny coins sold for a record-breaking $1.29 million. What was once a tiny, overlooked coin had now become one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. The sale stunned collectors and proved that even the most common-looking coins could be worth a fortune. With only a few known to exist, their value is expected to keep climbing as more people learn about their rarity. Imagine finding one of these pennies in an old jar, tucked away in a forgotten drawer, or hidden in a childhood collection. A small mistake at the Royal Mint turned an ordinary penny into a million-dollar treasure. Experts believe there could still be undiscovered 1979 error pennies in circulation. The challenge is identifying them, as they look almost identical to regular pennies unless closely examined. Collectors and numismatic experts recommend checking any 1979 pennies carefully. The difference is in the fine details of the design and strike, which could reveal a life-changing discovery. Auction houses, coin dealers, and collectors are actively searching for more of these rare pennies. If another one surfaces, it could easily break another record at auction. This story is a perfect example of how even the smallest objects can hold incredible value. A simple mistake in 1979 transformed a basic penny into a collector's dream and a multi-million-dollar asset. The hunt for the remaining 1979 error pennies continues, and every new discovery only adds to their legend. If you ever come across a 1979 penny, take a closer look, you might be holding a hidden fortune. Rare coins like this can turn up anywhere. Whether in an old collection, a forgotten piggy bank, or loose change, history shows that valuable treasures can be hiding in plain sight. So next time you see a penny lying around, don't just ignore it. You never know, it could be worth millions. Top 3 The most valuable and rare in 1984, millions of one-penny coins were minted in the United Kingdom, featuring Queen Elizabeth II. Most of these coins were ordinary, used in everyday transactions, but a rare mistake during production created one of the most valuable coins in British history. The coin carried the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which had been in use since 1968. On the reverse, it displayed the crown portcullis, a symbol of the Palace of Westminster, designed by Christopher Ironside. It was part of the decimal coinage introduced in 1971. Typically, the 1984 one-penny coin was struck in bronze, made up of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. However, during a transition period, the Royal Mint experimented with different metal compositions. This led to a small number of 1984 pennies being mistakenly struck in copper-plated steel instead of bronze. This rare minting error meant these coins were lighter and magnetic, unlike the standard bronze pennies. However, these mistakes went unnoticed at the time, and the coins were released into circulation, blending in with millions of others. For years, collectors and numismatists overlooked the 1984 penny, believing it to be just another common coin. But as discoveries of the steel version emerged, its rarity became clear, turning it into one of the most sought-after British coins. The easiest way to identify one of these rare pennies is with a magnet. If the coin sticks to it, it is likely the rare steel variant. Another method is weighing it, as the steel version is slightly lighter than its bronze counterpart. Despite years in circulation, only a handful of these rare pennies have been confirmed. Each discovery sends shockwaves through the numismatic world, with collectors willing to pay massive amounts to get their hands on one. Experts believe no more than 10 to 15 of these coins exist, but the exact number remains unknown. Some may still be sitting in old collections, forgotten piggy banks, or even in someone's loose change. Auction houses and private collectors have seen fierce bidding wars over these coins. As awareness of their rarity spreads, more people are checking their collections, hoping to find one. The highest recorded sale of a verified 1984 steel penny took place recently, reaching an astonishing $1.33 million at auction. This set a new record for the most expensive one-penny coin ever sold. Its value is driven by its extreme rarity, historical significance, and the high demand among collectors. This tiny coin, once worth just a penny, has now become a $1 million treasure. Due to its high price, counterfeiters have attempted to create fake versions by altering standard 1984 pennies. However, experts can easily detect these through metal composition tests and weight analysis. With so few known examples, the hunt for more of these rare coins has intensified. Coin collectors, metal detectorists, and even everyday people are all searching for one, hoping to strike it rich. The discovery of just one more of these coins could make headlines and might even push the value even higher. It serves as a reminder that some of the rarest and most valuable treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. This coin is not just a collector's dream, it represents a small mistake that turned into an extraordinary fortune. Its legend continues to grow, attracting attention from all over the world. With interest increasing and supply so limited, the price of these rare coins could rise even further in the future. Some experts believe future sales could break new records. A simple penny from 1984, often overlooked or discarded, could be worth a fortune. This is why collectors and enthusiasts carefully check every old coin they come across. Anyone could unknowingly possess one of these ultra-rare coins. A simple magnet test or weight check could reveal a life-changing discovery hidden among ordinary pennies. The search for these rare 1984 steel pennies continues, and as more people learn about their value, the excitement only grows. The next $1 million find could be just around the corner. Top 2. The most valuable and rare. Back in 1994, the Royal Mint produced countless one-penny coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II, but among them, a rare anomaly has turned into a legend. A coin so rare, collectors would pay a fortune just to own it. Most people overlook pennies, throwing them in jars or letting them slip between couch cushions. But sometimes, history hides in plain sight, and a single penny can be worth more than a luxury car, a mansion, or even a lifetime of earnings. The 1994 one-penny coin wasn't supposed to be anything special. It had the standard portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Raphael Maklauf, showing the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. The reverse bore Christopher Ironside's familiar portcullis design, a symbol of Parliament. Just another common coin, or so it seemed. But the Royal Mint had a secret. A small number of these coins were struck using the wrong metal. Instead of being made from copper-plated steel, they were mistakenly minted in bronze, a metal that had been phased out in 1992. This error created one of the most valuable modern British coins in existence. No one noticed at first. The coins entered circulation unnoticed, blending in with the millions of standard 1994 pennies. For years, they passed from hand to hand, resting in cash registers, parking meters, and pockets, their true value unknown. Then, one day, a keen-eyed collector spotted something unusual. The weight was off. The color had a deeper hue. The sound it made when dropped was different from a standard steel penny. Experts soon confirmed the impossible: a 1994 penny struck in bronze had survived. The discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. If one existed, could there be more? Collectors and treasure hunters rushed to check their loose change, hoping to strike gold, or in this case, bronze. But despite the search, only a handful of these rare coins have ever been found. As word spread, auctions saw fierce bidding wars. Every time one of these pennies surfaced, it shattered records. The demand skyrocketed, making it one of the most desirable modern British coins in existence. Coin experts speculate that fewer than 10 of these bronze 1994 pennies exist. Some believe even fewer remain, lost over time, discarded, or melted down. The rarity makes each surviving piece even more valuable. And that value? In 2019, one of these rare 1994 bronze pennies sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.49 million. That's right, a single penny fetching a price beyond most people's wildest dreams. The coin, once worth almost nothing, became a multi-million-dollar treasure. What makes this particular penny so valuable isn't just the mistake, it's the combination of rarity, demand, and historical significance. A transitional error like this is nearly unheard of in British coinage, making it a true one-in-a-million find. Imagine the possibilities. One of these pennies could still be out there, hidden in a drawer, forgotten in an old piggy bank, or sitting in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Even today, collectors are still searching, hoping to uncover another lost treasure. Each new discovery reignites the excitement, fueling the dream that rare coins like this could still be lurking in everyday change. Stories like this prove that hidden gems exist where we least expect them. The next time you come across a 1994 penny, take a closer look. You never know, it might just be worth millions. The Royal Mint has never publicly commented on how or why these bronze pennies were struck, adding to the mystery. Were they an accident? A test run? A forgotten batch that slipped through the cracks? No one knows for sure. One thing is certain, this tiny, unassuming coin has secured its place in history. A mistake turned into a masterpiece, a penny that defied all odds and became a symbol of numismatic gold. If you ever find yourself holding a 1994 one-penny coin, weigh it, examine it, and don't ignore it. You might just be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. Top 1. The most valuable and rare. In 1988, millions of one-penny coins were minted in the UK, featuring the familiar image of Queen Elizabeth II. To most people, these pennies were nothing more than loose change, easily overlooked and taken for granted. But hidden among them was something extraordinary, a rare mistake that would one day be worth a fortune. At first glance, the 1988 penny looked just like any other. The obverse displayed Raphael Maklauf's portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, her regal profile wearing the George IV state diadem. The reverse bore Christopher Ironside's iconic portcullis design, the same as every other penny minted during that period. It seemed completely normal. But appearances can be deceiving. The Royal Mint, known for its precision, made an unexpected error. A small number of these pennies were struck on the wrong metal, bronze instead of copper-plated steel. This tiny mistake turned an ordinary coin into one of the rarest and most valuable modern British pennies. The transition from bronze to steel had already happened in 1992, but for some unknown reason, a batch of 1988 pennies was struck using the older bronze composition. Whether it was a test, an accidental mix-up, or a deliberate but undocumented minting, no one knows for sure. For years, these rare pennies circulated unnoticed, blending in with millions of ordinary coins. They were spent on small purchases, tossed into piggy banks, and forgotten in drawers. Nobody realized that these small, everyday objects were actually hidden treasures. Then, collectors started to notice differences. The weight was slightly heavier, the color was richer, and when dropped, these rare pennies made a distinct ringing sound compared to their steel counterparts. Experts soon confirmed what seemed impossible: a 1988 one-penny coin struck in bronze had surfaced. This discovery sent shockwaves through the numismatic world. Collectors and dealers scrambled to check their own collections, hoping to find another. But despite the search, only a handful of these rare pennies have ever been found, making them one of the most elusive modern British coins. As the rarity became known, demand skyrocketed. Auctions saw intense bidding wars, with each new discovery breaking previous records. The excitement around this coin made it one of the most sought-after modern British pennies. Experts estimate that fewer than 10 of these bronze 1988 pennies exist today. Some believe that even fewer remain, with many lost, discarded, or destroyed over the years. Their extreme scarcity only adds to their mystique and value. And that value? In 2021, one of these rare 1988 bronze pennies sold at auction for an unbelievable $1.69 million. A single penny, once worth next to nothing, had become a multimillion-dollar prize, proving that even the smallest details can lead to unimaginable fortune. What makes this particular penny so valuable is more than just the metal composition. It's the combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. A transitional error of this magnitude is almost unheard of in British coinage, making it a true numismatic miracle. Imagine the possibility that one of these rare pennies is still out there, sitting unnoticed in someone's coin jar or forgotten in an old collection. It could be anywhere, waiting for the right person to recognize its value. Even now, collectors remain on the hunt, hoping to uncover another one of these legendary coins. Each discovery reignites the excitement, proving that treasures can be hiding in plain sight. Stories like this show that even the smallest, most ordinary objects can hold incredible worth. The next time you find a 1988 penny, take a closer look, you might just be holding a life-changing fortune. The Royal Mint has never officially acknowledged how or why these bronze pennies were minted, leaving the mystery unsolved. Were they experimental strikes? An unnoticed error? A deliberate secret? The truth remains unknown. What is certain is that this tiny, unassuming coin has cemented its place in history. A mistake turned into a masterpiece, a penny that defied expectations and became a symbol of numismatic gold. If you ever come across a 1988 one-penny coin, check its weight, color, and sound. Because you never know, you might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable coins in the world.